Yo, what's up guys? It's Ryan here, and for today's matchup we have a mirror match between Sakazukis. This is currently day 1 of me actually playing the deck IRL, so I'm still trying to figure out all the matchups. So we start off going second and play brand new, picking up I assume the Borsalino blocker as we don't have the greatest 4-Don play on our next turn. And we do take the Borsalino, so we think about what to trash and we trash the Hina. And I believe I forgot to draw one here, but that's just first day issues. So we do draw into an Ice Age and we pass it over. So now my opponent has 3 Dawn and there's not really much you could do. You only have like basically 3 plays. Swing 8 Wheel Leader, or you play brand new, swing 6, or you swing 5 and play either Toshigi or a blue Hina. Either one works. But we end up taking a life here because I'm looking for another card to play on my 4-Dawn turn. Preferably a 4-cost Kuzan because it replaces itself in hand, and if it sticks, I'm open to more plays on the next turn. However, 4-cost Borsalino is a good card to play on 4-Dawn, as the only way to get rid of it is by bottom decking, either with the 7-cost Borsalino or with the 2-cost Houndblaze. So we pass it back over to me. And with 4-Dawn, unless we draw Kuzan, the most likely play we're going to do is the 4-cost Borsalino. But I'm thinking about what to trash here with my leader effect, and I think Rebecca is the best option. Thinking about using Ice Age for a second, but we switch over to using Rebecca instead. And we draw into an Houndblaze. I don't think I really want to use the Houndblaze on a brand new, so I decided to drop down the Borsalino instead because it either forces them to remove Borsalino with an event plus Houndblaze, which forces them to drop down at 3 costs or lower characters since they'll be at 5 Dawn. However, now that I think about it, I think Rebecca is not even a bad play either, because you can play Rebecca, pick up Lucci, and then if they were to Lucci my Rebecca and my brand new, I can just Lucci them back by using my Great Eruption plus leader effect on the brand new, and then I have 1 Dawn to spare, so I could probably just swing 6 with my leader. So we pass it over, and honestly, if I was in his position and I had Houndblaze, I would do it, because you could still play a brand new or a blue Hina, or you could swing big and then just be super aggressive into my life, which I think that is best in the mirror. But he pays 1, plays Great Eruption, -2 to my Borsalino. Then he plays Houndblaze and bottom decks my Borsalino, giving 3k to brand new. So he has 2 Dawn left to spare, and I'm thinking about how he's going to swing. Because if he attaches 1 Dawn, then I'll assume that he is swinging 7 with his brand new. But he swings with his leader first, which kind of scares me, but I feel like he's not gonna attach the other 2 Dawn to brand new, so he's not gonna swing for 8. That's why I decided to take this one. So he swings 6. I just trashed the Toshigi, as I'd rather trash a Toshigi rather than a Suru, because Toshigi can be picked back up with a Rebecca. Generally, cards that I like to trash with my leader ability are cards that I can recycle with Rebecca or Mancheri. But if I have no choice, then I guess it is pretty hard to choose what to trash. But with the remaining 2 Dawn, he plays brand new and picks up an Ice Age, trashing a Lucci and a 7-cost Borsalino. So now I am at 6 Dawn, and I'm thinking about what I said for the last play that I thought I should have done, is the Rebecca play where I pick up Lucci. I would have Lucci in hand by now, and if they were to Lucci my Rebecca and my brand new, I would be able to Lucci them back. But unfortunately we don't, so I guess here I can either Houndblaze or play the Rebecca, pick up the Lucci right now. But I drop some cards, I trash a Great Eruption, and I draw into a Mancheri. And I have exactly 5 cards in trash, or 6 cards actually. And let's see. So he counters 1. I -1 to one of the brand news. Play Mancherry, and I need to put back 2 cards. So 1, 2. Put back into the bottom of my deck. Pick up the Lucci, and then I play Lucci, and that forces me to put all 3 cards in my trash to my bottom of my deck. So I think I just got really lucky with that Mancherry off of my my mill with my leader. But it could have been better if I just played the Rebecca the turn before. So I'll probably keep that in mind now. Now I have another threat on the board, and he opts to answer it by tapping 1, playing Ice Age, -5 to my Lucci, bringing it down to 0 or -1. I think it just goes down to 0. And he plays Lucci, KOing my Mancherry and my Lucci. I'm surprised he didn't swing first and then minus my brand new to 1. Or he could have even KO'd the brand new as well and then cleared my Mancherry just by swinging into it. But I guess he wanted to pressure my life. So I guess that is fair too. But even still, I think I would have cleared the brand new just because I'd rather take only 1 swing per turn. Rather as now if it were to go to back to my turn, I would have 2 swings potentially. So now he has 2 Dawn left, and he can either swing 7 or swing 5 and play a brand new. Takes his time here, and he decides to swing 7. And I believe I counter out here. I use Rebecca and Suru, making it a 2k and a 1k, putting me up to 8. He passes it back over to me, and I am now at 8 Dawn. This is where it starts to get tricky for Sakazuki, as there are more lines of play. So looking at my hand now, there's only 1 character on the board, and I don't really want to play my 7-cost Borsellino yet. I thought about it here, but I chose not to, because pretty much what you want to do is pretty much the same thing as you would as a 8-cost Katakuri, where you would Katakuri their Katakuri. So I try to play it that way this time. So instead, I believe I will -2 to the Lucci and play Houndblaze. And I also have enough Dawn to play a Rebecca, picking up a card from my trash. So yep, you start off with Great Eruption, drawing 1, drawing to Tsushigi, which is a 2k counter, -2 to the Lucci, and then tapping 2, playing Houndblaze, buffing up my brand new. And we bottom deck the Lucci. So now my brand new is a 6, and I think I should have swung 7, because he is low in hand now. But I swing double 6s, and he does take 1. So now I tap 4, and I play my Rebecca, picking up the Lucci. I think this play I could have been more aggressive as well, because with his hand size, if I swung 7 with a brand new, he would most likely take that. And if I swung 9 with my leader, I believe he will take that or pitch 3 cards. So I think that line of play was better, because he doesn't have a board. So I think that if I were to do that, he would be more pressured to play blockers, and I have a bottom deck, so if he plays a Borsellino, I can bottom deck it. But I guess this route works because it plays for the late game, and it's not guaranteed that I'll go for game next, but it does apply a lot of pressure. But yeah, he bottom decks my Rebecca with Borsellino, tapping 7, and then he has 2 Dawn to spare. I believe he will swing 7 again, as he wants to pressure my life even more, because if he plays a brand new, it won't really do much. It'll put another body on board, but I'll just counter out the 5 hit, because I think in this matchup you want to stay at 2 as long as possible. But I didn't want to pitch any cards here, so I just let the hit happen. And now I'm at 10 Dawn, and I draw into a Houndblaze. I think I could have kept this second Borsellino instead of pitching it, but now I have 2 Houndblazes now, and I think the best line of play here is not playing the Borsellino. Actually, I'm playing Houndblaze. So like, what I was saying about last turn too. So if I did the aggressive route, they wouldn't have time to play this Borsellino, and they would be forced to turtle up with a bunch of blockers. But I swing 5 here to lead. He counters out with a 1k. I swing 5 again, minusing 1 to the Borsellino. And I'm surprised that he actually took this one, so I guess he doesn't have that much counter in hand. So yeah, now I'm really thinking about this play because it's already -5. He's already at 2. I could play Lucci, and he'd be forced to answer my board. And then with only 1 card in his life, he's not really safe, so he has to put down a blocker and answer the board. So now if you were to Borsellino my Borsellino, then I'd be pretty much screwed because I don't have that many minus effects in hand other than my TCG and my Suru, which as a Sakazuki player I prefer not to use as minus cost, but only if needed for sure. But yeah, all he has to do is play a -2 cost. So he plays a Suru, minusing 2 to Borsellino, making it a 5k. And all he has to do is swing with his leader, and he decides to swing 7, minusing 1 to my Borsellino, making it a 4k. And he has exactly 7 Dawn left. He can play a Borsellino, and he'll just bottom deck it. So now, unless I top deck something crazy, I would have to use a lot of cards from hand. I believe at this point, I was telling myself that I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose, which, judging from my hand, I have 3 non-counters, 2 Houndblaze, and a Lucci, and I top deck into an Ice Sage, which is actually pretty insane. So basically, I just need to save enough for 5 Dawn, so I have 5 Dawn to use. So we'll get rid of a Houndblaze, as we're going to use a Lucci this turn. And here I can set up with my Sabo, so he won't be able to Luch me this turn. He can only bottom deck. So I swing 5 to lead, minusing 1 to Borsellino. So now he's at 6. He counters with 1. I play Ice Age, minusing 5 to Borsellino, and he's at 1 now. So I play Lucci, KOing both Borsellino and Suru, putting 3 cards to the bottom of my deck. And then I play my 5 Dawn to play Sabo, drawing 2, discarding 2. And here I should have shuffled my hand, but I just showed him that I just drew 2 cards and then pitched the same cards that I drew. Now, the only way he can break my board is by bottom decking. And I believe he only played 1 Houndblaze, if I recall. But he only has 4 cards in hand, so at most he would have to use at least his whole hand if he wants to get rid of both my Sabo and my Lucci. Or he can use 3 cards to get rid of my brand new and my Lucci. But he decides to play Great Eruption, minusing 2 to my Lucci. And it looks like he does have a Houndblaze. So he taps 2, Houndblaze, giving his leader +3, making him 8, bottom decking my Lucci. And he taps another 2, bottom decking my brand new. And now his leader is at 11. Plays 4 for Borsellino, and then he swings 12 to my leader, which he declared as 6, so I just reminded him that it was actually 12. So I just take that one, and he only has 1 card in hand, I believe, so it looks like this is game, as I did draw a Hina from life, and I do have a Houndblaze, which Borsellino is weak to. So I use leader effect first, trashing one of my Hinas. And then I play the Hina, using on play effect to -4 to the Borsellino, And then I will tap 2, playing Houndblaze, giving my leader +8. And I think I should have just gave it to my Sabo instead and switched Sabo first, because I still do have enough for a 10k swing into life. But I don't think there's any triggers for blue and black that hits 5 costs or higher, because I know Red Rock does less than 6, less than 4. I guess there is Deathwing, but I don't really see Sakazuki players playing that. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.